What's up everybody, my name is Sen, welcome back to the channel and some more Ultra Street Fighter 4. You guys seem to like the last video a lot about Ultra 4, so I figured I'd do some more and I wanted to learn the game anyways. Now before we get started with anything, if you guys could do me a huge favor and check out the good homie Vince's Instagram page. It is Vandal_Pandas, a link to it will be in the description below. The homie is grinding right now, working 7 days a week, not a lot of free time to themselves. Obviously, Vince has always wanted a career in the creative space, no matter what he's doing. So if you guys could check him out, and if you guys want to try to contact him as far as commissions, he might be willing to do something for you. Anyways, let's continue. This video is very much about getting started. In the last video, I was attempting Flowchart Ken. It didn't go well for me. I ended up all beat up, and in this recording session, it was very much the same. I haven't touched a lot of Street Fighter 4, not since I was a little kid, and I didn't understand fighting games then, and I don't have a good grasp on Ultra 4 now, but I'm learning. I think for this video's topic, it should be based around expectations because mine were quite low. Normally, in most games, I play Shotos, or something akin to Shotos. So your Ryu, your Soul, your S, you get the idea. But regarding Ultra Street Fighter 4, the character I've always wanted to play has been Abel. This is pretty unconventional for me because Abel's a grappler. I've always messed around with this character as a kid. Once again, didn't really get the concept of fighting games. Now, on expectations, my expectations, like I said, were quite low. It's a game I don't play. It's scene that's still playing is very hardcore, so very much more capable players than myself. On top of that, we're learning a new archetype of characters for ourselves. I don't play grapplers. I don't play them ever. And also on top of that, grapplers operate very differently from one game to another. So if you're starting a new game, I would recommend setting your expectations quite low, especially if you're new to fighting games in general. A lot of the times, the fighting games that I play from one to another transition well from each other, such as Dragon Ball to Guilty Gear to BlazBlue. Similar ideas. But when it comes to Street Fighter, the fundamentals are very different, and especially from even Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter 5, it's just a very different game. Most people's expectations will be around getting a win, but I would place it somewhere a little lower. That's totally fine if the fighting game is a bit newer or it has a very populated rookie scene. That's a lot more plausible. But with a game that's a bit older and has a hardcore scene, it's going to be very unlikely. Focus on things like anti-airing or hitting a little combo that you put together. Don't expect to get a win in your first session. The only reason I thought I could get a win eventually was just for the fact that I was doing halfway okay with the very minimal that I knew. And yeah, for almost an hour I didn't get a win. It's very reminiscent of my first day playing Street Fighter 5. I've talked about this story a number of times. I literally played 32 games and I only won once. Something like this is very important for the newer players that are going to be stepping their foot into Street Fighter 6. Obviously, we're all anticipating it. It's going to be a new populace of players that are going to pick up the game, but very much the same for a game like Project L as well. It's going to have players that have no idea what they're doing. They've never touched a fighting game before, but it's a Riot property, so naturally, people are going to want to play it. The goal that I actually set out for myself was something super simple. It was literally just roll or EX roll into command throw. I just wanted to land the command throw because it looks sick. Probably my next goal after today is to land Breathless, which is Abel's Ultra 2. It's just really cool looking. That's pretty much all there is to it for me. I just want to land the move. I definitely ran into a bunch of players that were far above my pay grade, so I very much expected to get beat up and maybe even perfected here and there, but in some instances I did halfway not bad. There were a couple games that I definitely threw away just because I was panicking, not playing very well. But once again, it's okay. You're learning a new skill. It's not a big deal. Don't sweat it. This was going to be a very different type of video. It wasn't going to have a voiceover or anything like that. It was just going to be me commentating and playing the game. But I wanted to focus on the games themselves to attempt to get a win. I started out on stick, but I felt after going through a couple of Abel's trials that it was okay for me to play hitbox on this character. How I usually decide that is if a character is very DP heavy. I don't like the DP input on hitbox, but maybe that's something I'll get over eventually with time. Combos and execution are going to be a completely different barrier. I am someone that likes execution. I like learning how to do combos and fun things like that, or just cool setups, but it's definitely going to take a while for me to get there here, and on top of that, the connection doesn't feel great a lot of the time. Quite sluggish, actually, most of the time. This game would be absolutely great if it got rollback. I would have so much more fun with it. but you work with what you got, and I'm still enjoying myself regardless. If any of you have any basic combos or anything like that for me to learn, please leave it in the comments below. I appreciate the interaction that's been happening on the channel recently, and if there's a different game or something that you want me to play and learn, let me know in the comments below. Remember to drop a like because it's free and doesn't cost you anything, and I greatly appreciate it. It helps out the channel a lot, especially as a smaller content creator. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Who will emerge victorious? Fight! First hit has been recorded. This is the one we've been waiting for. The ultimate battle for supremacy has begun. The fear out there is tangible. Could be the end.